Please take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short 21-question survey. Participants in the survey will be entered into a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. The survey can be taken multiple times, so feel free to visit back each month for your chance to enter the drawing. Please help support the show by using our Amazon links located in the description anytime you purchase anything from Amazon. It's a great way to support the show while just going about your normal business shopping on Amazon.com. Also, check out our storefront for Drunken Peasants recommended merchandise. Patreon pledges of $5 or more will now receive 2 private shows each month. In addition to the private shows, Patreon pledges of $10 or more will receive the Drunken Peasants post show after each episode of the Drunken Peasants, Ben and Billy's monthly shitty movie review, and regular behind-the-scenes vlogs with Ben and Billy. Sign up anytime to catch the future shows as well as past content. If you want to catch the post shows but you're not a patron, click the join link below this video to become a member of the Drunken Peasants channel. In addition to each post show, you'll also get special badges and emojis that you can use in the Drunken Peasants live chat. Streamlabs will be open for the duration of each episode. Click the link below to send us a message. Donations $20 and above will be read out through text-to-speech and will require our immediate attention. All donations below $20 will be read at the end of each segment. Keep an eye out for our weekly Streamlabs goal, which if we meet, we will do an extra show the following week. If you find any content you'd like to see us cover on the show, send it to drunkenpeasantsinbox@gmail.com. All submissions will be reviewed for possible usage in a future episode. Click the Discord link in our description to join the Drunken Peasants Discord. Interact with other Drunken Peasants fans in text and voice chat, as well as the peasants themselves. Visit the Google Play Store and download the Drunken Peasants app to catch the audio version of the show while you're on the road. In addition to the app, the audio-only version of the show is also available through iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, and other audio platforms. That's all we have for now. Enjoy the show.
Underground has the best video clips in town. DP Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around.
Oh, hello everybody, what the fuck is up? I'm back again here on the DP Underground channel to do another solo stream. Actually, I might not be solo the entire time. If any of you guys want to come in and give your 2 cents about anything I talk about during this show, I'm going to allow viewer call-ins. Click the link down in the description to join the Drunken Peasants Discord and jump into the general room, and we'll figure it out. I can't promise I'll get everybody on, but if you want to go in there and hang out while you listen to the stream, go in there, wait, maybe I'll pull you in, maybe we'll talk about things. And I'm going to try my best to adequately explain everything that's transpired in the past few hours. As you guys know, I've never claimed to be this master debater. I don't go out of my way to debate people. There's plenty of people, even if their beliefs are wrong, they could probably beat me in a debate. I've never claimed to be this intellectual heavyweight or anything like that. So, but one person I'm definitely not afraid of at all, Caiden Cowger. I am -% afraid of Caiden Cowger. Caiden Cowger lives in his own fantasy world where he creates his own narrative, and I see Caiden Cowger's used 20 of his sock accounts to downvote this video, which is fucking hilarious. I'm just going to go through with you some of the exchange that Caiden and I had, play some videos of Caiden, and also talk about some other things regarding Caiden that are very interesting that I don't think get talked about a lot. So, we've covered Caiden throughout the years here and there. Caiden first got recognized by, I believe, Bill Maher. I think Bill Maher played a clip of a video he had made that was ridiculous, and in turn, the Young Turks picked up Caiden and covered him. He was a young kid at the time, probably what, I don't know, like 12, maybe 13 years old. And at the time, I avoided talking about him because he was a young kid. He wasn't even an older teenager. He was, you know, a young kid, you know, in his pre-teens. So I kind of avoided making fun of him in the early years of DP, mainly because of that. You know, I thought, hey, maybe he'll get smarter. You know, he's still young. I had a bunch of dumb ideas, even up until my late teens. Maybe this kid will get smarter. And he's just enjoying the fame. Because if you notice, if you're not an adult, straight, white guy, but you're a conservative, the right will push you to the top as an example of using, hey, you know, look, we're diverse. We've got this gay guy, Milo. We've got, you know, Candace Owens, this black girl. Oh, hey, we even got a little kid. A little kid supports us. If it's easy for a little kid to figure out why we're so great, why can't you? And by the way, if you're sending in Streamlabs and stuff, it goes to our DP goal for the end of the week to get a bonus show, and I will read those. But I don't want to deviate too much from the topic at hand. So, going back, Caiden Cowger, we've always kind of ripped on him, and Caiden's response was usually the same throughout the years. He would either ignore whoever said anything about him or tweeted at him about us. He'd pretend like he didn't know who we were. Or he would just dismiss us as a bunch of loser stoners who he is definitely smarter and more successful than, easily. And clearly, because we're stoners, we don't know what we're talking about. So that's been, you know, the MO regarding DP from Caiden Cowger for the past several years. And all of a sudden, last night, I get people telling me, oh, Caiden Cowger's tweeting at you. He's tweeting at you. He's tweeting at TJ. He's tweeting at Drunken Peasants. And I come to find, oh, Caiden Cowger took the Razor Fist route. This was one of the first tweets he made out of like 5 or 6 tweets that were all basically about the same thing. Congratulations to the drunkard peasants for promoting the career of a pedophile. Oh, yeah. You mean like when none of these allegations had come out yet, and we weren't even promoting her career. We just promoted her as a guest. She had been on many different shows at the time, both left and right. I can name some of the right-wing people that she had been guests on. Paul Joseph Watson, known for Prison Planet and InfoWars. She was even on our arch nemesis Tommy Sotomayor's stream before. And that was fine. She was an entertaining guest. She had charisma. She was good at reacting off the cuff. She was good with the format of our show and obviously the format of other shows. And by the way, these allegations against her are still unproven. So not only are you ignoring the fact that she hasn't gone through due process and hasn't had her day in court, which I think is an un-American view to do, personally, but you're also saying that even if the allegations against her are true, somehow we're at fault for having her on when we didn't know anything about this. So I dug a little deeper. I read these last night and I was like, I'm not even going to respond right now. I'm tired. I don't feel like dealing with this retard. Here's one where he quotes a tweet that I made, but then in the picture has a picture of TJ and then says that TJ promoted her career as well. And it's almost insinuating that being a pedophile was her career, which is so ridiculous. And then here's my tweet. Yeah, you know, right when the news broke and I didn't run away from it, I decided to address it immediately and say, yes, you know, we're blown away by this. Mercedes was one of the most beloved guests on DP, which she was. People loved her. People sung her fucking praises for years. Not everybody liked her, but the majority of people did. They held her up as the quintessential female guest on DP. And then I said, yeah, you know, we're going to talk about it. And that was back on the 6th. And this is what he said. How many other friends do you guys have? And I'm going to address that. She wasn't our friend. I consider friends someone that I know in person and that I spend a lot of time talking to. I guess I do have some friends that are online-only friends, but I spend a significant amount of time talking to them. Mercedes, the majority of my discussions with her are all documented through Drunken Peasants videos. And then there was the limited communication like, hey, how you doing? Do you want to come on the show this day? Yeah, sure. That's the extent of our contact. So she's not my friend. She's not TJ's friend, as far as I know. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him. I doubt it. At least when I knew them, they weren't friends. They had like it was a cordial, professional agreement that all DP hosts had with Mercedes. Okay? And then she said, and then he quoted again what I wrote. Mercedes was one of the most beloved guests on DP over the years. Fact. And then he says, hope you all will love prison. What are we going to prison for? So now you go to prison if you have a guest on your show that's later accused of a crime? Is that how it works in your world? Are you this fucking delusional? Are you stupid, or are you just fucking with everybody? I want to believe you're fucking with everybody. I want to believe you are trolling me right now, but I know that it's probably because you're stupid as fuck. Either that or you're just willfully ignorant. So, where's my actually, I think my response was a, oh, you know what? I didn't see this one. I want to address this one too. Someone said, Caiden, you're a pussy. You don't even acknowledge DP until you find some autistic guilt by association bullshit to smear them with. And he says, listen, dork, when a person is arrested for pedophilia, by the way, pedophilia is not a crime. That's a psychiatric condition. It's called child molestation. And there's other things like statutory rape, things like that. Gross sexual misconduct with a minor. Pedophilia is not a crime. Pedophilia is a mental condition. So you're an idiot there. It's a mental condition that if acted upon is a crime. But the crime itself is not called pedophilia. So when a person is arrested, you don't say they were one of the most beloved guests over the years. You don't? If that's true, and it was before these incidents allegedly happened, you can't say that if it's fucking true? Oh, man, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. It gets even worse. Let me see here. Oh, this is funny. Someone said, you did not just call someone a dork, Caiden. And he says, I don't know what you're implying. I'm not a socially inept person. Okay, all right, so blah, blah, blah. And then where's the part where I wake up? Oh, shit. I'm going to have to go back to my own page to find this part. So I wrote in response, let it be known that Caiden Cowgirl is a slimy coward who uses guilt by association to try and smear the very same people he's been running from for years. He's also exploiting this sad situation to take a cheap jab. Even after all this, he's still too bitch-made to go on the show. And I know he responded. Let's see. Twitter's really confusing when you're trying to go through a timeline of things like this. All right, so I'll pull this up. Oh, actually, I think I have to go back to... Actually, he may have deleted his response. Let's see. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Did he delete his response to me? Okay. Maybe he did. Maybe I'm just having trouble finding it. So, yeah, he did the whole, oh, well, you're just a bunch of stoner idiots type thing to me. I can't believe I can't find it, too. Did he really delete it? Because that's just fucking ridiculously bitch made. So, yeah, I don't even see his reply. And his reply was a retweet with a reply. It wasn't just, I'm going to go down to the bottom to see if something's shadow banned. It's not. Yeah, he's already deleted his retweet about me. He probably saw that I was going to stream about him and started deleting his fucking retarded bitch-made comments because I don't see it anywhere. So anyway, yeah, his response was the typical like, oh, well, you're stoned and you don't know what you're doing and you're a loser because you're stoned and all that ridiculous shit. And he obviously doesn't do any research. He doesn't know TJ isn't on the show anymore. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know I'm older than him. He doesn't know I'm more successful than him. He doesn't know that he's a fucking wimp and he would get fucking slapped around so easily. Well, he probably knows that. That's why he hides behind a computer. So anyway, after his stupid response, I posted this. I put, between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Interesting. Because I went to his contact page for his show, and it gave a time and a phone number when to call in, and also other ways to contact him. And then he responded to me. He responded to me with, he basically said, where is it? He said, thankfully, that's not my number. And then he said, epic fail. And I said, I never thought it was your personal number. Your website makes it seem like it's for calling your show. I just wanted to share it with everyone who might want to call to you and talk to you. You're welcome. And he said, that's not my number, period. He spelled it out. I figured you idiots would try something like that. Sure enough, I was right. So I looked up the number. And the number, it's true. It's not his. It is actually Rush Limbaugh's number. So the number, the 800 number posted is Rush Limbaugh's number. I verified that. But the funniest fucking thing ever is now when you go to the contact page on Caiden's website, he took down all the information and it says, nice try. Good one. You got me. You got me. You took down all the contact information on your fucking website because of me. Damn. Oh no. I've been owned. I've been so fucking owned. I've been so fucking owned, guys. Let me, there it is. Oh, and also he said, so this is Cowger's contact page, and it's totally empty. Here's him saying, oh, it's not my number, period. After I posted this. So this was available a few hours ago. And now when you go to his contact page, you get him just putting nice try. Thanks, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It's so fucking funny that people give you shit for being a Rush Limbaugh wannabe, and you literally had his phone number. You know what, though, Caiden? There is something called the Wayback Machine. And I went to old snapshots on the Wayback Machine of your website, and there's a different number on there if you go back a little bit. And it's local to where you live, actually. Wonder what would happen if I called that number. I guess we'll see later on when I call it, right? Well, we'll get to that in a minute, right? We still have to cover these fucking tweets. And by the way, I apologize. I didn't realize I didn't have the screen up earlier. That was my bad. So yeah, I'm guessing the email and the snail mail addresses are right though. But back to Caiden here. Also, Caiden said, "Oh, I was like, Caiden, come on our show. We'll talk about it. We'll argue about it. Be a fucking man. You talk so tough on Twitter." He's like, "I don't have time to talk to a bunch of stoners, you know, because you're not rational." He said we were irrational, which is really hilarious. And then he also said he didn't have the time. But for some reason, he's had the time to argue with me on Twitter for the last 2 hours. So then I wrote, "Let it be known that Caiden Cowger is a slimy coward who uses guilt by association to try and smear the very same people he's been running from for years." So I read that earlier. Here's his official response to it. "Let it be known that I have no interest in having an unproductive conversation with a group of stoned, irrational losers that clearly have horrible cases of munchies. I don't waste my valuable time. Clearly, as stoners, you can't understand that." Dude, you tweeted at me for longer than we probably would have even talked. So there's an L there for you. LLL for Caiden Cowger. And then clearly have a case of the munchies. I guess that's a fat joke. I mean, you have not addressed anything. You have not addressed the guilt by association claim. You have not guessed that you're a fucking, you have not addressed that you're a fucking coward. You're just throwing a bunch of cheap insults. Yeah, I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner and I'm chubby. Good job. Good job. I'll tell you what. I don't think you'd be saying these things to my face. I just have a hunch. I really don't think you'd be so brave in person, Caiden Cowger. Just a hunch. I don't think that when you see someone who's fat, that's way bigger than your scrawny ass, you have the fucking nerve to tell them you think they have a case of the munchies. I could be wrong, but you've done everything to prove otherwise so far. You won't even come and talk to me. So I don't think you're enough of a man to even say this kind of shit to anyone's face. You're an internet tough guy. So this is my response to him. I said, "Nothing you say is productive. You just regurgitate talking points," which he does. He regurgitates talking points by people who are more talented than he is. I'm not a fan of Steven Crowder, but Steven Crowder, way more talented than Caiden Cowger. Caiden, you got pushed up because you were a little kid that was conservative. Now you're a fucking awkward little skinny bitch who still looks like they might have not finished puberty yet, but you're 20 years old. So, I mean, that's what you do. You just listen to what other people say and then you regurgitate it. So what the fuck, man? I mean, you lack all types of self-awareness. Well, anyway, this was my response to him saying that his number was fake. So you put a fake number in your website to confuse your enemies, and you call that a win? Don't you think that that could confuse the 10 people who actually like your show? So then he comes back with, this is hilarious. "You fools get like only 11,000 views at max. You're pathetic. You're the poster children for of the claim that stoners are losers." He's right. You know, DP doesn't get as many views as it used to. And there's several factors that lead into that. Probably the biggest is that we've had a change in hosts that everyone grew to be used to, and they were entertained by it. So it's very natural when a huge change in a show occurs that we're going to see results of things like that. And on top of that, YouTube also changed things, you know, the ways that they count views and everything. But here's the thing. Caiden, you live in a fucking glass house when it comes to this. Nobody listens to you. You have like 28,000 Twitter followers, but when you post something, you're lucky to get 50 likes. Usually you get 1 or 2. And that's either because all the stuff you say is absolute bullshit, or you bought a bunch of Twitter followers. I don't know. I don't have evidence to support either one. But it is pretty strange. And here's your fucking... You have another channel that you hardly ever post on that has maybe like, I don't know, a couple thousand subs and gets maybe 500 to 1,000 views a video these days. But this is your podcast page. There are literally episodes that you've posted months ago that have like 2 views. And both of those views are probably you going back to your page to listen to it. When I post a video and it's private and I go to watch it, it gets 1 view. So you've got shit that's a year old that has 1 view. And you're going to talk shit about me getting 11,000 views? Dude, who the fuck do you think you are? Like literally, who the fuck do you think you are to make fun of me getting 11,000 views? When this is your fucking podcast. You've got shit that's a year old that doesn't even have more than 10 or 5 even. Like, why would... You don't see me attacking people I don't like who get more views than me based on the fact that they get less views than someone else. If it's more than me, do you even think through these things before you put them out there? Is that why you're so afraid to talk face to face? And by face to face, I mean internet face to face. Is that why you're so afraid to talk in real time? Because even when you have the time to sit down and think about what you want to say and type it out and read it again, it's still fucking retarded drivel that makes no sense? It's always pot calling kettle black type shit. Let's see what we got into next here. So he I responded to his viewers thing. I said, you love to talk about things you know nothing about. It must be very convenient to create your own narratives without any research. You still haven't responded to why we should be held accountable in any way for one of our occasional guests being charged with serious crimes. 10 likes. And then Caiden responds, first of all, when you bring sexual deviants onto your show, you should expect they're into some messed up stuff. No. No, I should not expect that because the majority of them do not do illegal things. If the majority of people involved in the porn industry did illegal things, the cops would be staking them out and arresting them all the time. That doesn't happen. It's a legal industry that people take part in. It may be immoral by your fucking ridiculous standards, but that doesn't mean it's sexually deviant. And then he said, unlike you, I'm not illiterate. Do you feel like your illiteracy has held you back in life? And I said, you're calling someone who is able to read your tweet and respond to them illiterate. This should be evident of the fact that that simply saying something doesn't make it true. You obviously didn't research us because nothing you assume about us is correct. And then he said, you could be using a text narrator or transcriber for all I know. However you cope with your problem is none of my business. What? My problem? Okay. So then I was like, okay, well, you could have a big fat dildo up your ass right now for all I know, too. We can both make baseless assumptions. The fact is that I'm smarter. I was laying it on thick here. I was kind of doing what Billy did to Real Stream News, so part of this is tongue-in-cheek. I said, the fact is I'm smarter, better looking, more charismatic, and more successful than you've ever been in your wildest dreams. Chad Ben meets virgin cowgirl. Because at this point, I realized there's no point. So I was just going to lay it on as thick as possible. So I even use terms like beta male and shit.
Sounds exactly like Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off calling Mr. Rooney, pretending to be Mr. Peterson.
Exactly. So then he responded. He said, just because your mommy tells you that doesn't make it true. And then I said, I know you're used to telling your mom things all the time since you still live with your parents, but I haven't lived with mine for 17 years and they live on the opposite side of the country. Nice try again, cowgirl. And then, then he does the, well, wow, they must be really lucky then. This is the typical, like, insult from a second grader when they've been backed into a corner and everything they've said is bullshit. It's, oh, well, your parents are lucky then because you don't live with them. Okay, no. I mean, yeah, my parents are lucky that I moved out and started supporting myself and stopped leeching off of them, unlike Caiden Cowger, who still lives with his parents. If you notice, he didn't deny living with his parents here. He just assumes, he says, you know, stoners are losers. Dude, there's so many successful people in the world that have either smoked weed or still do it. I can name anyone from, you know, CEOs of companies to world-class athletes. We know for a fact Steve Jobs smoked weed, probably regularly throughout his life. He did other things too. He was also a pretty heavy drinker, which kind of led to the illnesses that unfortunately ended his life. But he smoked weed throughout his life and became an extremely successful businessman. Michael fucking Phelps. Michael Phelps, the greatest Olympic swimmer of all time and one of the greatest Olympians of all time. He has more gold medals and medals than any person who's ever competed in the Olympics ever. And he smokes weed. Are these two people losers, Caiden? Are they losers? Did they not accomplish anything with their lives? Joe Rogan smokes weed. Is he a loser? Has he accomplished nothing with his life? Damn, those fucking sitcoms and comedy specials and successful podcasts. Shit. Man, I can't think of one thing Joe Rogan, that lazy stoner's, accomplished in his life. Can someone help me? I can't think of any. I can't think of anything. All right, so let's move on to the next thing he says. He tried to use a mama joke on me. It's so hilarious. He used a mama joke on me when I'm almost 40 years old. I haven't lived with my mom forever, and he's still living with his. Oh, my God. Oh, God. What else do we got here? He also said something else that was unbelievably retarded that I'm having trouble finding now. Oh, yeah. He made a tweet that said, oh, you guys retweet your own tweets, you fucking losers. He basically said that. He made fun of us. Basically, you know how it is on Twitter. When you respond to someone's tweet, it doesn't put it on your main page automatically. It goes under your retweets and responses section. So it doesn't alert everyone that follows you that you responded to somebody. So after I did that, I retweeted it so people could see the fucking stupidness that Caiden was saying to me. So then he did that. He posted a tweet going, man, you guys are retards. You like your own tweets. So then Egghead found a Egghead found a thing where Caiden retweeted his own tweet. Right here. On the 22nd of January. So, not even a month later, after retweeting his own tweet, he talks shit about us for retweeting our own tweet. Come on, Caiden, own it. Own it that you can't handle me. Own it. Own it. It's pretty fucking sad, I'll tell you what. It's pretty fucking sad. You're using the, oh, well, you're just a stoner. Dude. You can remain as willfully ignorant as you want about me while flinging poo at me from your safe space. But it doesn't change the reality. You are a fucking fraud. You're a coward. You're bitch made. And you can't handle me. Do I think I could beat Ben Shapiro in a debate? No, I don't think I could. And that's not because I think he's right and I'm wrong. It's because he's actually kind of smart. I disagree with everything he says, but he's so good at running circles around people. You're not good at that. I'm not afraid of you at all. That's why I want to stream it live here on my fucking channel for everyone to see. You are the fucking conservative training wheels of YouTube. And we're going to go over some of your more retarded videos, but I will grant you one thing. You deleted the stupid one about weed that you made because I couldn't find it on your channel anymore. I think you realize that the tide is turning and even your own party is gonna legalize weed soon, so you think you have to dial back on that. Oh, he also did say something else about weed legalization that was so dumb. He said something about pharma. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, and then I called him a beta to trigger him because I know that's like words he uses on the internet to pretend like he's tougher than people when he's not at all. Where is it? He basically said, why are you guys against Big Pharma when Big Pharma has the best option to make weed legal and produce it? And I basically told him, Big Pharma is the reason we have an opioid crisis, and we don't need Big Pharma to produce weed. Weed's already legal where I live. We don't need Big Pharma to meet the supply and demand. They easily supply the entire state. And when it's legal nationally, we'll be able to farm it, you know, where we farm, you know, in places where we normally farm these days. We don't need Big Pharma to supply marijuana to us. It's a natural plant that grows out of the ground. We don't need them. I don't understand why you think they could do it any better. That tweet's out there somewhere if you want to find it. And by the way, if you want to respond to any of these tweets, they're still there before he deletes them. Whatever you want to do. Now I'm going to take a hit of this weed that makes me a loser. Hey, let's do this. Let's take a look at this too. I found this interesting. I'm a loser. Caiden's not a loser. Keep this in mind. I live in a place where the population has grown 155%. The median age is 38, which is very close to my age. The median household income is $100,000. The median household income. The poverty rate, less than 8%. Look at all the employees in this area. All the people with jobs. Look at the median property value. The median property value here is way larger. You have to be a success to even make it here, Caiden. The people who aren't a success that live here end up going back home. Your population is declining. Old people, people over their 40s are the median age there because young people are leaving. Anyone who can get the fuck out will. Median household income. Oh my God. Median property value is $50,000 more than the median household income here. And by the way, if you live in West Virginia, I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm talking down to Caiden Cowger, who sits in his ivory tower in the middle of West Virginia and says he's somehow a success living with his mom and dad, but me living out here, I'm just a fucking stoned loser that doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, guys, you know for a fucking fact Brett's gonna start washing Caiden's balls now. It's inevitable. It's funny because, like, my neighbors, like, I don't mean literally they live right next to me, but in my same area, in my same community, my neighbors are Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, the CEO of T-Mobile, the people who run Boeing, the people who run Starbucks. Successful people. Where Caiden lives, hillbillies. Anyway. What else do we have here? Okay, this is the last of the tweets that I'm going to share. Yeah, and if you guys live in West Virginia, I'm not trying to talk shit on you. You know what? Honestly, I've been there before. There's some interesting, like, I've been to Point Pleasant. If you guys have ever been there at Borders, Ohio, as most of you know, I'm from Ohio. And that was interesting to learn about the Mothman shit and stuff. But everyone I know I've known that's from West Virginia doesn't like living there and wants to leave. So, I just kind of summed it up here. I said, calls us losers for retweeting our own tweets, but also does it. Calls us out for promoting sexual deviancy by having porn stars on our show a few times, but supports Trump, who had sex with porn stars. Caiden Cowger is a hypocrite, coward, a fraud, and an all-out beta male. Oh my God. And where's his response? Because it's fucking priceless. He said, I don't think your little soy boy podcast is in any position to call anyone a beta male. Little soy boy podcast. Your podcast gets 1 view in a year. So I wasn't even going to bring this up. But since you made it the standard, we'll talk about it. 1 view in a year, soy boy. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm pretty sure every person who's ever hosted Drunken Peasants would mercilessly beat the fuck out of you in any type of physical combat situation. Not saying that should happen, and I'm not condoning it. I'm saying I look at you and I look at everyone who's hosted the show, and I don't think you could handle any of us. You still look partially prepubescent. And I'll tell you what, prove me wrong, Caiden. Grow a beard. Grow a beard. I want to see you grow a beard. A full man's beard. I want to see it. Prove to me you're a man. Show me that you can grow a full man's beard. Hashtag grow a beard Caiden. Let's see what it looks like. His podcast is on YouTube. It's right here. Someone in the chat just said, this is his podcast. It looks like it's on YouTube to me. And I think it's, let's see, does this take us to his Twitter page? Yes. So yes, his podcast is on YouTube. It's also out there wherever else, iTunes, whatever, sure. But it is on YouTube. I can grow a beard, I just can't grow a mustache. What else did someone say? I want to see the other, because there's some weird shit going through the chat now. Yeah, dude, it's all the weed. God, I'm so retarded from all that weed. Fuck. Dude, oh man, where am I? What am I even doing? What's my name? I don't remember. Fuck, dude, the weed. Who am I? Where am I? What's going on? Weed. Oh, dude, I should never have done the weed. Hold on, I'm trying to find... I saw some retarded comments. Caiden the cuck. That wasn't his official page. This is his... This is his. I mean, he has another page, but he doesn't post his podcast on there. He posts videos, and he hasn't posted a video in forever. He posts like 2 videos a year.
So many of you are aware...
Oh, there he is. Okay, let's see. He has 3.3 subscribers. So we're only going to count from the last year, because YouTube changed the way they count views prior to that. I mean... it doesn't even matter, but yeah, he gets 1, 2, 3, if he's lucky, 4,000 views. He cashed in on this one.
Just one day after this again decided
the MAGA kid thing. But whatever. He's actually syndicated on radio stations, too. That's why I plan to give him a call. I mean, I would hope that anyone in the chat right now defending Caiden Cowger after everything I've just shown is just trolling. But that's not his number. Yeah, Rush Limbaugh's number. Maybe we should try the number on the Wayback Machine and see if it works. Let's see. He used to have this page on his website called Advertise, where if you wanted to advertise, he gave you his contact info to get to advertise through his show. It's gone now, but it's interesting because remnants of it still remain. What is this? Ooh, this is interesting. It's his fucking... It's his fucking resume. Dude, his resume is just out there. I fucking... Dude, your resume is on here. It's just out there publicly. Dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, this is... it's just everything. I mean, it just has his employment history and his major accomplishments. So this is the guy that calls me a loser. Interesting. I mean, this is all public information. This is like... So here's... So if you use the Wayback Machine to look up the number, you can see it. It's already listed there. Employment history. The Caiden Cowger program. December 2010 to present. I currently host a 1 hour twice weekly show. The Caiden Cowger program. The show airs live every Wednesday and Saturday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Interesting. I can't even read these. These are his major accomplishments. Look at the letterhead. Look at all the people he names that he's been on. Yeah, this is when he was like 12. Glenn Beck, Real Time with Bill Maher, Huffington Post, The Young Turks, TMZ, Tosh.0, the UK Daily Mail, and many others. Yeah, they were like, look how retarded this kid is. Fuck, we kind of feel sorry for him. He was brainwashed by his parents, and now he thinks he's the next Rush Limbaugh. He has like, oh, he's the founder and CEO of the Cowger Network. Approximately 13,000 subscribers. I don't know what I don't know what you mean by that. Conservative columnist. People tell me to get a real job. You see me... Seriously, anyone who's watching this right now, please like the stream. Let's get it a bunch of likes on here. Please share the stream. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I bet he's watching right now, too. He pretends like he doesn't care, but obviously he ignored all these tweets that people had sent to him about us forever. And then the one moment he gets any type of dirt, that could even remotely be attributed to our show, he strikes. Oh, but Ben, he's a CEO of a non-registered business. Is it not registered? That's hilarious. People said they were tired of talking about him. Honestly, I wasn't even going to stream today. I was going to take the day off. But I'm like, whatever. I might as well talk about this. Because I seriously was ready right fucking now to bring his ass on. Someone said he's a little more successful than Brett Keane. Are you sure about that? Brett Keane doesn't still live with his parents. Yeah, actually, if you guys want to call in, you can join the Discord. I see a few people in there now. Sorry, I haven't gotten to you guys yet. I'll probably take some calls soon through there. So if you want to join the Discord, go in there, go into the general voice room. There's a link in the description. Where did you see character traits? Is embellishment a character trait? Wonder what happens. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Oh, damn. I just tried to call the number and it just like, let's see. Oh, damn. It just gets denied. Oh, shit. Hold on. No, I didn't have it. I didn't dial it right. Oh, damn. It just goes away. Vigilant Christian versus Cowger in a street fight? I'll give it to Vigilant Christian. He's at least in shape. I don't know how tall either of them are or how much they weigh, but age and physical strength do play a role. I would say if Mario's able to like get, you know, in shape like that, he probably is stronger than most people, especially if they don't work out. Someone said he's 20, he isn't a kid. He's definitely not a child. He's an adult. I purposefully laid off of him when he was really young, when he didn't even look like he was high school age yet. I was like, you know, I'll let, because it wouldn't be as nice as when the Young Turks made fun of him. It wouldn't be as friendly. Someone said he's not a kid. I know he's not a kid. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up, Dark Master. You're always trying to fucking bait people. It's so dumb. And then you'll make another video with shitty audio, talking shit, saying the exact same shit you say all the time. Whatever. People just laugh at you, and some ignore you. No one takes you seriously. At least my channel actually has edits on it. I don't know what that means. If you mean our videos aren't edited, that's the point. We stream them live and then it gets posted to YouTube automatically. We've never done edited videos except for when we couldn't stream live. And we have edited videos on the underground, on this channel. I edit videos all the time. Just not the streams. That's just the fucking point. Yeah, I know. He just does it all the fucking time. He made a video trying to talk shit about me, and his fucking audio was so bad. It's rare that I would even watch a video like that, but I was like, let's see what this guy sounds like, because I wanted to hear the tism. And I couldn't even hear him because his audio is such shit. Someone says, Ben, I miss mobile walking streams. You know, not very many people watch them. People would rather watch the video reaction thing. Ben, you did make fun of Caiden's hair before. Yeah, after he was an adult, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I laid off of him before that. It was after I found out he was old enough. Like, you know, he was about to graduate from high school. That's when we really started laying into him. And yeah, he has a hairline that a 20-year-old should not have. Especially his old haircut. He has this weird, like, thing in the front. It's kind of like what Mike Pence has. You ever look at Mike Pence's hair? Caiden Cowger used to have that. He let it grow out a little bit, as you can see here. Oh, I see. It's all the video editor's fault. Damn. I don't know how everyone else gets to use a video editor and not fuck up their audio, but for some reason yours do. Poor you. Oh, man. What else do we have here? What are these? Oh, yeah, his hair. Yeah, that's... What else? Oh, yeah. Okay, we have that. We know that's Rush Limbaugh's number, so if anyone wants to call Rush Limbaugh, feel free.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, so let's see. What are we gonna do? Okay.
It's not a good time.
Hi, people. I'm here now. So what do you want to say since you're in here? Hi.
Yo, we've just been talking about weed.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So did you guys want to say something about Caiden? Because that's the subject at hand right now.
He is a sad little.
I agree.
Another thing is his instant dismissal of people who smoke weed. That's completely ridiculous. If he wants to, or if he thinks that we're so much lower than him for simply smoking weed, then why should he not be able to defeat us as easy as like taking something away from an infant?
Exactly, and also there are clearly people who do or have smoked weed that have accomplished things that Caiden couldn't accomplish in his wildest dreams. Right.
Didn't William Shakespeare smoke weed? I think it was written down somewhere.
I mean, we can point to people. I mean, we've had presidents. We've had presidents. We've had, I mean, all kinds of people. People from all walks of life, of all professions.
Every entrepreneur in every legal state who got it passed and legalized and is now running a grow up that's successful.
Especially musicians. Like a lot
sure,
of
but not even
musicians.
just that. I mean, not even just that. I mentioned Michael Phelps earlier. He has more medals and gold medals. He has the record for medals overall and gold medals for the Olympics. He has more than any other person who's ever competed in the Olympics. He's hands down the most decorated Olympic swimmer of all time, and no one's even close to his accomplishment. And, I mean, that's just one of many.
Is he running sponsorship for weed? That'd be pretty.
At this point, if anybody thinks that weed is harmful to like a consenting adult smoking it or ingesting it in whatever way is just ridiculous. And like, there's enough like studies and research things out there available for anybody to go. That like, it's honestly just like an their dumb opinion.
Well, it is harmful. You are putting smoke into your body. It's not that it's.
I mean, it's true. There's like harm from like the tar in your lungs, definitely. But
so
like,
yeah, there are alternatives.
But it's
hold on, too many people in here. There are alternatives to ingesting it. You don't have to smoke it. You know, if you eat it, there's not really, there's no carcinogens. At that point. I mean, there are
a lot
other
of people
effects.
only eat edibles.
There are other effects, like edibles can like raise your blood pressure and things like that. So there's things to be mindful of, just like with any type of drug you would take. Like, I'm not going to pretend like it's not a drug. It's just we can't pretend all drugs are equal. Like, not all drugs have the same benefits. Not all drugs are equally as harmful. So
hashtag drugs.
I say something about Caiden. Razorfish is interesting. He's kind of he's an articulate guy, and he's kind of funny. I mean, Caiden Cowger, he's just lame. He's just fucking stupid.
Right.
I mean,
well, he was.
It's hard to take him seriously because he's just imitating these other dudes that he's seen.
It's pathetic.
He just used Razorfish's whole narrative, which was retarded to begin with. So there we go. I mean, that goes back to my That goes back to my point that he doesn't come up with his own ideas. He just regurgitates what he hears. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
At least Razorfish has alliteration in his messaging, which I give him a lot of credit for.
He's at least
he's very good at that. He's very, very good at that. I think he should write a book or something.
I'll admit he taught me a couple words in that Kalinske debate. I didn't know what promulgate was until he said that, and I was like, oh, point to you, Razorfish.
Yeah.
I don't think he even sees like Ben or any of his fans as they're like subhuman to him, so he's gonna get him on.
The worst thing that can happen if you do weed is you can't be paid.
All right, I'm gonna leave this room because there's too many people talking at the same time. I'll come back and check in with you guys later. All right. Yeah, just too many people joined. I'll probably have to create a private room and pull in just a few people at a time. But we'll get to that in a minute here. I do want to I want to cover some of Caiden's more interesting videos. Here's one. This is one of the first ones he ever made. He's young in this one. It's called "Obama is Making Kids Gay."
Homosexuality is a belief. It's not mandatory in that person. The person is not born that way, no matter what Lady Gaga says.
So, no matter what Lady Gaga says, they're not born gay.
That person is not born that way.
Speeding it up because he speaks so slow.
It is a decision. I know it's getting worse. Where I'm at, I see younger people that is turning to be homosexuals.
That are turning out to be homosexuals.
It's equal, boy and girl both. All of them are starting to turn to homosexuals.
Oh no! All of them? Come on, all of them? They're still a minority. That's such an exaggeration.
You got about 30, I'd say 30 teenagers in this county that I'm at.
Could you imagine Caiden's parents? Caiden, go into your studio over there and talk about how evil fags are on the internet. Do it now.
That are homosexuals. And it is sickening. It's
talk about how sick gays are and how God hates them now.
Sickens me. And you know what? I knew these kids. Some of them I was friends with. I knew these teenagers when they were in elementary school. I knew them when they were in the beginning of middle school. And you know what? They were not homosexuals.
Well, I mean, a lot of gay people say they knew their entire lives, but I mean, before a person reaches sexual maturity, you're not going to notice a sexual preference in them necessarily. So yeah, oh, I knew them when they were in elementary school. They weren't gay. They showed no sexual interest at all, in fact. Oh, that's a fucking surprise. Come on. Yeah, you didn't know they were gay because they had no, they were prepubescent. And then they started going through puberty, and then they turned gay because they started having sexual attractions.
They just decided all of a sudden, you know, I think I'm going to be gay. And you know, what?
I think I'm going, that's what they did. They were like, huh, you know what? I think it'll be fun to be gay in West Virginia.
Why they are becoming homosexuals, why they are becoming gay, is because they're...
Hey, Jake Nelson, if you don't like it, then you don't have to fucking watch, bitch. How about that? No one's forcing you to watch.
Being encouraged by it. President Obama, it's all right, it's okay, you were born that way. You know what? It gets better. It gets better being... Rather than... You need to turn away from homosexuality. That is a perverted belief, and it is immoral, and it's not natural. But rather than the president saying that, he is saying...
It's not natural. It's not natural. What does that even mean? That it's not natural. If it happens in nature, it is by definition natural.
Homosexuals, you can get married, and it's all right. I mean, it's all right to be gay. We'll make it better for you. It'll be all right. They say, I'm not...
So, like, when other species of animals have homosexual relations, which does happen, it does happen. Not relationships, but homosexual intercourse, where the males will try to mate with other males and stuff. Are they doing that to piss off Jesus? Or is that just something that naturally happens?
For bullying homosexuals, I believe that it's wrong. But when you're trying to teach them the Word of God, and they consider that bullying, yeah, I find that a big problem with not being allowed to convert other people to my religion and telling them it is wrong. Homosexuality, the belief is condemned by God, and you will go to hell if you continue to follow this belief unless you repent. It's getting to the point where I can't say that anymore. This stupid Fairness West Virginia that is here in West Virginia, there was this kid that was on there, I believe his name was Michael, who said there was a girl that came up to me and said, we prayed.
Never mind, I'm not even going to address it. Okay. Here's a follow-up to that, which is years later. This is when we first started covering Caiden more. This is liberals are making kids gay.
I don't think that many people realize this, but I am still receiving video responses and messages about my first video, Obama is making kids gay, that went viral. Now, quite truthfully, I get tired of receiving messages about that. I mean, I'm 15 years old. I said that when I was 13. I was only doing radio for about 1 year, and I have said time and time again that it was not...
Yeah, okay, so now people know the haircut that I made fun of. Oh, and now he has the Rush Limbaugh voice. Oh, his voice got a little deeper, so he talks like this.
The best way that I have phrased things, in other words. But I am not going to apologize for what I said, because though I did not put it the best way that it could have been put, in other words, I personally do believe that what I said was true. And I'm going to tell you something. I was recently going through some of the news stories, and
the Dark Master, this is literally the last time ever in the rest of your existence I'm ever going to respond to you. You call me a moron, and then you want to say it's trendy to be gay. Go to fucking West Virginia and tell everybody you're gay. And let me know how that turns out for you. All right? But only until you actually do that and prove to me that you've done that will I ever acknowledge your existence. Ever again. I fucking swear to it. Unless you make a sock account with a different name, I'm literally ignoring you for the rest of eternity going forward. Have a good life.
Checking some of the tips that people normally send me. Well, I found an article about something that is happening over in the UK, and it completely validates what I said in that video. Now, first, I want to play for you the segment of a small segment of what I said in the viral video, Obama is making kids gay. I want you to hear that, and then I want you to hear this news story that I have from the UK. Now, this is from my video, Obama is making kids gay. Listen to this.
I see younger people turning to be out to be homosexuals, and why they are becoming homosexuals, why they are becoming gay.
Yeah, we saw it. We just watched it, buddy. Is it still there? I want to see if he updated it. Ooh! Oh, he... Let's see. What the fuck? I'm going to read your Streamlabs in just a minute, everybody, and then I'm going to go back. I'll pull some people in here and there.
Basically, how the liberal left is trying to basically make kids homosexual, how they are trying to bring them into the homosexual lifestyle. Well, a lot of people called me crazy for it, made fun of me, said, you're 13, what do you know? And just because I didn't really use good grammar in that video, I must say, 15 years old, I know.
Well, whatever, yeah, the grammar thing, I took a jab at you for the grammar, but really, yeah, that doesn't matter. People make mistakes. So, yeah, whatever. But, no, they were laughing at you because you were a kid that was clearly saying retarded shit, and you were easily influenced by the people who fed these views to you.
It was bad. But they tried to discredit what I said.
Someone said he has Lego hair. You're right. It looks like the hair that you would like snap on to the top of the Lego's head. The Lego man head.
Well, I have a report here, and this is from The Sun.
This is what I was talking about, the Mike Pence hair that he has. I don't know how that works, but yeah.
From Great Britain. And it reads, gay roleplay for kids urged by sex education experts sparks outrage.
Okay.
This was posted this month, March 2nd, 2014. Gay roleplay for children as young as 11 years old is being urged by experts, sparking outrage among parents. New sex education recommendations for schools say kids should act out scenes with gay characters and not deal only with heterosexual relations. This is from the UK. This is from The Sun over in the UK.
Let me read what all you guys are sending me, because there's been a few coming in. What does it say?
Even if he didn't start with repressed homosexuality, I suspect he'll end up there.
It's a possibility. Hypothesis $5. Want to hear what the WrestleMania 35 match card will apparently be? By the way, Baba Booey, Howard Stern's Pingas. Okay, thank you. Baba Booey. Harry 4, $2. Have you seen the speech Caiden gave before he introduced Mike Pence? It was cringy stand-up comedy. No, I have not seen that. I do not normally watch Caiden, but I'll check it out. So he tried to do like a stand-up set before he introduced Pence. That's pretty weird. Ben's ball washer. Ben, you were always my favorite peasant. You are the heart of the show and kept it going through time. Through a tough time. And it continues to improve. P.S. Cowger's a bitch. Why is he in a pussy-ass suit? Oh, Cowger's a bitch. Why is he a pussy-ass suit? I get it now. Today, 88, $2. Right-wing egghead is the only other person in his network since it started. Yeah, is that guy even still around anyway? Volpus Redtail, $2. If I was an employer, I would throw the resume away and say, next. Albert Kurth, $2. Even Ricky Berwick would beat Caiden's ass. That's craziness. Manny, $2. Ducks are rapey gay. There is literally a museum that celebrates a day each year where they caught on tape one male duck raping another male duck who had just died from flying into a window. A museum celebrates that? That is so weird. But I do know that ducks and other waterfowl can sometimes be gay and try to mate with each other. And they don't understand why there's no eggs coming out. So, I don't know.
So what are they doing? They are encouraging kids to participate in the homosexual lifestyle, to experiment. Now, what was it again that I said in that last clip? Go ahead and play the last clip one more time.
They are encouraging kids to think, well, you know what? They're talking about being a homosexual, and they're saying that there's nothing wrong with being gay, so you know what? I think I might try that out for a little bit.
So what did I say?
So you think it's that easy to convince someone to be gay? Is that how it works with you, Caiden? Did you hear someone say that it's okay to be gay, and you were like, oh, really? Maybe I should become gay? And then you're like, wait, no, you almost turned me gay. You almost convinced me to be gay. I have to tell the whole fucking world now not to listen to these people because they'll say it's okay and you might actually start sucking dick right away. Right? That's what happened. That's why you're so serious about this.
In that clip right there, I'm saying that they are encouraging kids to do what? They are encouraging kids to experiment. So what is going on in this?
There was actually a fan a few years ago that went to the same school as Caiden and took a picture with him at their like prom or homecoming, whatever it was, together with him and sent it to me. I can't remember who sent it to me, but it was pretty funny. What else do we have? Oh, that's it. That's all we have as far as Streamlabs and Super Chats. For now, here's another one where he's like, you know what? Now that we're letting these gays get married, just wait. The pedos are going to be getting married soon.
No one wants to talk about this. We can't say this. But up to 1994, the North American Man-Boy Love Association, created back in 1978, was affiliated with the International Lesbian and Gay Association. NAMBLA is an organization that currently still in existence.
The key word was was. The key word was was. And then they came to their fucking senses and was like, no.
Thoughts on Andrew Yang running for the Democratic nomination? He is running on the mandate of implementing UBI to tackle the effects of automation.
You know, I don't know much about him. I've seen news reports suggesting that he's running for president, but I have not researched him, and I'm kind of not really getting too deep into any of these candidates until a few more of them are kind of on the chopping block. And I have no control over which ones the party decide to let in the debates and, you know, that sort of thing. So I'll wait until it's narrowed down a little more before I really get invested in a candidate. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, NAMBLA. Yeah, so they may have had an affiliation at one point, but they came to their senses and said, no, we're not going to allow this organization to have ties with our organization. So that's why it's not that way anymore. It may have been at one time. You can't say, oh, someone used to believe something wrong and now they're right about it, so let's focus on when they were wrong about it. NAMBLA is the North American Man-Boy Love Association. And, you know, the organization itself isn't illegal because free speech is legal, so they're allowed to have a group where they like that, but if they participate in any illegal activity, whether that be pornography or actual sexual acts, obviously that's illegal, but there's nothing anyone can do about the group itself existing, you know. But yes, from what I understand, what was it, the Lesbian Gay Alliance or whatever it was called, was International Lesbian and Gay Alliance. One advocate for you know, LGBT people at one time I had an affiliation with NAMBLA. Anyway,
Lesbian and Gay Association. NAMBLA is an organization that currently, still in existence, fights to remove the legal age of consent, and that's what it was founded upon.
It's still in existence, but that's just because it has more than like 10 members. It's so small. When do you hear about them doing anything?
It was founded upon pedophilia, legalizing pedophilia. And the International Lesbian and Gay Association applied for accreditation.
Yeah, they want, and they're allowed to say they want it legalized, but it's not going to happen. And they're such a small organization that they have no influence whatsoever. They're simply allowed to exist because they're allowed to exist under our laws, as long as they don't do anything illegal.
From the UN. And the UN denied them that status. They suspended them because the International Lesbian Gay Association was associated with not only NAMBLA, but also two other pedophilia organizations.
Yeah,
they were
okay.
affiliated with Martang, which was a Dutch organization promoting pedophilia, and also Project Truth.
Okay.
No one wants to focus on that. No one wants to talk about that and bring that up. No one wants to say
they don't bring it up because they disavowed them.
Back in 1972, pedophilia was considered a gay right. They had this big gay conference that took place in Chicago, the first national gay conference, where all these gay organizations came in and gathered, and they decided to have a conference, 1972.
Okay. I mean, what? That was almost 50 years ago.
On discussing
We're talking about now. We're talking about reality. We're talking about where we exist in this current point in time.
What should we consider gay rights? And pedophilia was considered a gay right. Legalizing pedophilia considered a gay right. Legalizing prostitution considered a gay right. And we have the documentation to prove it. We even have pictures from it.
I mean, you can find any type of extremist view on anything. I could find anything and be like, oh, well, these people think this. These people think there should be no traffic laws whatsoever. It should just be a free-for-all on the road. I mean, you could find any kind. There's probably people that think murder should be legal. There's all kinds of shit. Cannibalism. It's not going to happen. These people have little to no influence.
So, because a lot of liberal organizations like to pretend, yeah, this didn't happen, but a lesbian historian, her name is Marie J. Kuda, that's it, wrote this in a book, Out and Proud in Chicago, published it, and also included that in it, that one of the most controversial things that they put in it was legalizing pedophilia. Yeah, so it definitely happened. And one of the famous lawyers, Morty Manford, fought for gay rights back in his early years. He was an early gay rights advocate, according to the New York Times, and he said
it's never going to be legalized. It's never going to be legalized. Okay? If you think that there's a chance that it's going to be legalized, you're fucking crazy. Screenshot. All right, here you go. Screenshot. People might try to legalize it, but it's not. I mean, And when I say never, I don't speak in absolutes. Obviously, in a universe of limitless possibilities, of course there's a possibility that anything could happen, right? I'm saying even the distant future as we see it, this behavior is not acceptable by the majority of people in the world. There's even countries that give the death penalty and chemical castration for these sorts of crimes, that even take a harder stance on it than we do in the United States. So I don't think we're in much of a danger of it being tolerated in most parts of the world, and that means that it's not going to really spread in the few places that it may happen to exist in the world. I don't think we're ever going to see a legalization of it. I think most of it is going to occur illegally, and, you know, the best way to deal with it would be to educate potential victims as to what to do to avoid it from happening, and to educate parents so that they know who they should be able to trust their children with. That sort of thing. But worrying about NAMBLA, let me see how many members NAMBLA has. There must be some estimates. NAMBLA member estimates. Okay, in 1995, they had around 1,100 members, but it's been estimated that its membership has dwindled to a handful who run its website. Let me see. So they're saying they peaked in the mid 90s, 1,100, and now it's like hardly anybody. Like maybe not even in the hundreds anymore. So I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. You know, sure, make sure that this organization itself isn't doing anything illegal, but as far as their advocacy, to legalize something, they're not going to do it. Who was here? Oh, was Cowger in here? He's so tough behind a keyboard, right? He seems to have a lot to say and a lot of time when there's a keyboard around, but when it comes to talking face to face, he seems to not have any time. I don't know what's up with that. He deleted his comments. What a bitch. He comes in and he leaves a comment but then deletes it? Are you fucking kidding me? You might as well just not even leave a comment at all. Do you realize how dumb that looks? You call other people dork, but you're the one leaving a comment and then deleting it? Just don't leave a comment. He forgot he wasn't on his burner account. That's hilarious. That might even be true. Yeah, if anyone has screenshots of that, just tweet those at me. At Drunken Benpai on Twitter. Yeah, so anyone watching this after the fact, when you see the chat history, Caiden's comments won't be there in the chat history. So we'll look at the screenshots. And we'll be able to show where in the chat that occurred. Oh, look. Oh, you people are stupid. Oh, well, you're a poo-poo head, Caiden. You're a poo-poo head. And a dummy face, Caiden. You people are stupid. Good one. Is this a troll? Please. Because you just said dummy face. I don't think this is the real Caiden. Yeah, this is a troll account. That's a fake Caiden account. I don't know if the other one was a troll or not, because I didn't see it. But this one is a fake account. No, I didn't see it. Other people said that they saw Caiden. The last one was real. I mean, I don't think there's any way to prove that, but maybe. So other people are saying that it was him before. I don't know. Okay, so lots of people are saying it's true. Hey, thanks. So Caiden, Troll Caiden, was that you earlier or not? Like when people are saying it was real? Just let me know. Do me a solid on that one. Was that you or was that the real Caiden? Oh, it was. It was him. Some people are saying otherwise. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, he might not be able to resist it. I bet it's Caiden posing as a fake Caiden. I don't know. It could be, but there's no way to verify that. So I side on the, I tend to side with it's not him. Scroll up in the chat. Why is it? Are some of his messages still there? Because I don't see them. I went to the channel. It said this was his sad 3K sub channel. I don't know. If I mean, I don't know. One thing's for certain though, Caiden Cowger is a fart face. And a poopy head. He's a total fag and a dummy. That's what the lady that when I went to Las Vegas, Jeff Holiday called an escort service asking for a chick with a dick, and the woman that answered the phone got really mad and called him a fag and a dummy. It was pretty hilarious. Caiden Cowger is a turd wheel. You guys ever heard turd? I made that up. Turd wheel. I don't care what he takes out of context. I brought up the hypocrisy of him giving us shit for having a porn star on because she's a sexual deviant. and that we should just know that she's up to horrible things because of that. But then he loves Donald Trump, and Donald Trump fucked a porn star. You know, doesn't that make him a sexual deviant because he fucked a porn star? If porn stars in general are sexual deviants, I don't agree with that, but that's what he says. Then anyone who has sex with one must be one too, right? And he was like, oh, Orange Man bad. It's like, dude, I'm not saying Trump's bad for doing it. You are. I don't care if Trump fucks porn stars. I don't care if he fucks one literally every day. I don't care. So I'm not saying the Orange Man's bad. You are. The only time I care what he does is if, like, someone is able to blackmail the president and get him to do things that he normally wouldn't do because of things that he's been engaged in. Other than that, I don't care what he does, and that includes having sex with porn stars. And then he was like, oh, Trump repented for that. It's like, I've never heard Trump say anything about being remorseful about it. And just to reiterate, I don't care. I don't think he should. I don't think he needs to. I don't think he owes anyone that. I'm saying Caden's logic is unbelievably flawed, and there's a huge double standard when it comes to what, like, even having someone on your show that works in the porn industry is bad on me, but him voting for Trump, who fucks people in the porn industry, that's fine. Caiden loves to gish gallop, and he loves to move the goalpost. You ask him a straightforward question, and he responds with, I don't have time to deal with that because you're just a dumb stoner. And then he'll be like, you think dissing Big Pharma is a good idea, but you want weed to be legal, and that's your best chance. It's like, why are we talking about this? What the fuck does that have to do with anything that we're talking about? The whole reason I'm even talking to your dumbass is because you talk shit about who we have on the show and how we're responsible for things that they do. Hey, Hypothesis, sure. If you want to tell me the match card for WrestleMania 35, go ahead. I'm fine. I'll read through it. I actually have some videos we can watch, too. The troll Caiden says, if you had one thing to say to me, what would it be? I'm not giving that to you guys now. And by the way, this is the guy that called me a soy boy and said that he's not a beta. My arms are probably thicker than his legs.
So over the weekend, I've been thinking how to approach this Trump video thing. Because Trump made...
Anyway. Please make this a regular segment on the show. What? Where I smoke and talk shit about Caiden Cowgirl? And I'll read all the Streamlabs, by the way. Someone call me a Greek god. That is not true, guys. I'm more tubby than I've ever been in my life right now. A few years ago, I was in pretty good shape, but, you know, gotten lazier, got depressed, and got lazy. I got lazier, I said lazy twice, sorry. But I definitely want to turn it around. I did a little cardio yesterday. Was it the weed? No. I smoked weed all the time when I was fit a few years ago. It was just a lot of stress in my life, and I ate and laid around and did nothing to compensate for dealing with all the stress that and anxiety and all kinds of bad shit going on. But I made the choice ultimately to get where I am now, and only I can pull myself out of it. So it sucks because I have good workout equipment here at my house that I can use whenever I want. I used it yesterday. I did 15 minutes, but I got to get back up to doing like an hour of cardio a day. That's the only way I'm going to lose weight. I look no different. I definitely look different than I did 2 to 3 years ago. I weighed about 40 to 50 pounds less than I do now. Eating more salads is definitely part of it too. I would have to diet and exercise. Who do I have? Joe versus Caiden? Joe easily. Some people left the chat. This is Caiden. Trump was a Democrat when he made the lewd remarks about women. So that makes it okay because he belonged to a different political party.
So over the weekend, I've been thinking how to approach this Trump video thing. Because Trump made these absolutely horrible remarks regarding women. For lack of a better word, they were deplorable. But it was they were horrible remarks. But then something hit me. These remarks happened 11 years ago. 11 years ago.
Okay.
11 years ago, Trump was a Democrat.
So we just watched a video where the International Gay and Lesbian Alliance used to advocate for NAMBLA, and then they stopped. And that, you want to ignore that and say that gays want to make pedophilia legal. But here you are talking about how Trump said something a long time ago, and he had a different affiliation then, and then we're just supposed to let that slide. You have these unbelievable double standards. They're just so fucking... How could you not notice this? Are you just lying to yourself?
When he made those lewd remarks against women. He was pro-choice. He was still palling around with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was still the icon of the Democratic Party.
You don't think, in a way, he's still buddies with the Clintons? You don't think once all this political shit is over, he's not going to be buddies with them again? I guarantee it. The Clintons went to his fucking wedding. He gave them money. He gave Hillary money for her campaign. He probably gave it to Bill, too. Do you really believe he's that different?
I mean, so Republicans shouldn't be the ones apologizing for Trump's remarks. It should be the Democratic Party. Because Trump was just trying to be a good Democrat.
So Trump, when he made the grab her by the pussy comments, he was just trying to be a good Democrat. He was buddies with Bill, and, you know, Bill grabbed pussies all the time. So he was just trying to fit in. So forget about that. Let's talk about now. Caiden's using his big boy voice. You know, I'm willing to bet the email works. Huh. Caiden Cowgirl. You know, Modern Medusa just tweeted at one of my tweets, and she said that Caiden Cowgirl sounds like a porn star's name. It does kind of, Caiden does kind of sound like it could be a girl's name. And then Cowgirl, that implies something, right? Let's see. What else do we have here? Noose photo at Long Island school prompts outrage.
A Long Island town supervisor says someone needs to be held responsible after a racist photo was reportedly posted in a classroom for months. Nobody said a word about it until now. CBSN New York's Lisa Rosner reports.
Rage in Roosevelt, Nassau County after this racist photo, part of a classroom collage at Roosevelt Middle School.
Whatever! God, this is news? Someone posted a picture of a noose? You know, nooses were used on people of all races throughout history. Is there anything that says this is specifically meant for African Americans or what?
School. It shows 2 nooses with stickers of laughs, a smiley face, and even #yes.
That is... What does that mean? That's not directed towards anybody. You do realize that nooses were not only used against African Americans in America, right? You realize nooses have been used on all sorts of people. And unless it specifically implies that it's being used on African Americans, it's not a racist attack against African Americans necessarily. This is dumb. Why is this on the news?
Pure, outright discrimination, whether they realize it or not.
The title of the picture says back to school necklaces, which an internet search shows is another name for a noose, and a phrase that's sometimes used to express despair felt when school starts back up again. But Hempstead Town Supervisor Laura Gillen calls it undoubtedly racist and is calling on the Roosevelt School District to immediately dismiss any teacher responsible.
What? All right, so they want the teacher fired.
Pastor Arthur Mackey Jr. was sent the photo. He says it's part of a collage with pictures of 3 teachers and what appears to be other students. He says it's a slap in the face during Black History Month.
Oh, fuck you, man. This guy just wants his 15 minutes of fame and the media's giving it to him. Who the fuck is this guy? He's some religious guy? Why does his opinion matter?
And we call on our school board to fire anyone that is involved with this, because as Dr. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
How is this an injustice? It was like an art project. Get rid of this dude. Why is this guy the spokesman for your community? He's just some fucking huckster. He's doing this to get attention. He's exploiting people. Can't even believe it.
Parents and students agree it has no place here.
I was shocked. I said, no, this can't be real.
This is evidence that racism still goes on.
It does still go on, but if you think this is evidence, if you think a fucking collage, a high school art project is evidence that racism still goes on, then you're not fucking looking in the right places at all. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I suggest you correct your focus on something. Like, I just think you're a buffoon. You're a buffoon. You don't really give a shit about real racism and where it comes from, if that's the case. This is your evidence? If someone was like, hey, why do you think racism against African Americans exists? This is going to be your evidence? This is the shittiest evidence ever.
In a statement, the school district says it's aware of the inappropriate behavior and is investigating, but it cannot comment any further because now it's a personnel matter. In Roosevelt, Nassau County, Lisa Rosner, CBSN, New York.
Wow. I mean, there is real racism that does exist, but it's not a high school art project where you pick one little piece of it and say, oh, nooses are on it. People used to hang African Americans from nooses, therefore attack on African Americans. It's not like that. There was nothing on there to insinuate. Now, if it would have had a picture of a person who was black in a noose, then I would say you definitely have an argument there. Or if it said like a racial slur on it, or even mentioned a specific type of person on it, then you'd have an argument. But it's just a photo of it, and there's been all sorts of. I mean, I've had history books that have like hangings and nooses and gallows in school in it. Are those racist books for simply like acknowledging the fact that a noose existed and that people were killed with them? They teach how to tie nooses in the Boy Scouts. We'll shut them down immediately. First they let the little girls in, now they're tying nooses. Get rid of them. Yes, real Caiden Cowger, you are correct. Burn the books. Guys, I'm so glad Caiden Cowger came to his senses and is now a fan of mine. Thank you, Caiden. Thank you, Caiden, Mr. Gurr. Suicide / self-harm culture repackaged as racism. I think that's what it is. I think it was like an emo art project and they took it as racist. And no matter how many times you try to explain it to them, they won't agree because they're outraged. People like this pastor just wants attention, so we use it. I mean, like, look at Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton made his career off of being outraged on the behalf of other people who just happen to have the same skin color as him. And he would get time on the news, you know, fanning the flames of racial tension between people to make a name for himself. And look what it got him. It got him his own TV show. Did it ever occur to you that he may have just been trolling me this whole time? No. No, there's no fucking way Caiden is trolling. He believes this ridiculous garbage. He's not a troll. He's too dedicated. Oh, man, guys. All right, what else do we have here? Caiden is fake news. Fake Caiden said, I don't think he's entirely a troll, but what he did today sounds kind of like a troll. No. First of all, you can't be kind of a troll. You either are or you're not. And it sounds like a troll because it's ridiculously stupid. And anyone who is a troll will look at that and be like, damn, I would never say that in real life. This must be a troll. That's why. He's not being a troll. You just want to believe that. You don't want to believe someone's that stupid. He is not trolling. He really means all the shit that he says. He has very little, if any, experience in the real world. He was conditioned at a young age to have these views. He's trying to make a name for himself and a career out of it. So he doubles down on everything he's ever said since he was... Who here wants to double down on all the shit they've said going all the way back until they were 12 years old? I don't think any of us really would, except for Caiden Cowger. How old is he? He's like 20 at the youngest, maybe 21, I think. Because I read somewhere that he was born in 98. So he's probably 20, but, you know, we're a few months into the year. He might be 21. I don't know his exact birth date. I don't care. He is absolutely not trolling. Caiden Cowger is not trolling. Caiden Cowgirl looks like he smokes crack to make himself look older. It's not working. Yeah, that shit stunts your growth. I don't know if his birthday was on his resume. I didn't even look. No. I was hired as a conservative columnist for The Record Delta, which is a newspaper in Buchanan, West Virginia. Buchanan, West Virginia, huh? Yeah, West Virginia. Damn. If you live in West Virginia, get the fuck out, man. Get the fuck out. Damn, Buchanan, West Virginia. Fucking slacking ass. I think Jake is Caiden Cowgirl's sock account. Here's another weird thing. The Virginia governor, you know, there was a high school photo of him back in the day, possibly in blackface. I don't know. And he said he wouldn't resign. They were calling him to resign. And then now there's all these like sexual assault allegations against him. It's like, wow, that's what we do now when we don't like a politician. We just dig up all their skeletons in their closet, find a couple people to accuse them of sexual assault. There you go. You're all set. Yeah, that was Virginia. I know. The Virginia governor. I'm not saying it's West Virginia. I'm just going to play this story about it.
Take us behind the scenes of discussions that you and your staff and your wife had about now we're going to go in front of the cameras and say, it isn't me.
Saturday was a very busy day. I did talk to my wife, my close colleagues, and I...
Oh, it's against the lieutenant governor? Oh, okay. Well, I was wrong about that.
That we need to clarify this.
But was there some concern with people saying, Governor, now you're going to really look crazy?
Well, I've always been a transparent person, and I just thought it was important to let people know that wasn't me. That's not who I was at that time, and it's certainly not who I am now after 35 years of service to this country and my Commonwealth. Well, I'm prepared right now to move forward. I don't have any plans to resign, and I think we have a unique opportunity to make impactful changes. Right now, Virginia needs someone that can heal. Virginia also needs someone who is strong, who has empathy, who has courage, and who has a moral compass. And that's why I'm not going anywhere.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't think he should retire or resign, rather. If he has a recent history of being a racist, then let's look at that. But that's about it. This, like, going back into people's past shit when, you know, there's been no actual criminal acts happening. It's just dumb shit that people do when they're younger. I think we need to take that into consideration before, you know, publicly ridiculing people over every decision they've ever made. I don't know, Caiden, fake Caiden. I don't want to humor you anymore, but I like, I'm sure, you know, have fun. You can come in here with another sock account if you want. I'm not going to tell you anything that I'm going to do with the real Caiden. You guys will know when the real Caiden grows a pair and shows up. Otherwise, I guess it'll just have to be a mystery. Real Caiden isn't real. By the way, if anyone watching right now wants to, there's a link down in the description to download the Brave browser. I recommend downloading it and using it to watch any of our channels, whether it be on Twitch or here on YouTube. If you use the Brave browser, we get payments basically from Brave, which is pretty awesome. So if you'd like to support the show without actually having to give us any type of money, simply downloading the browser and using it helps the show. And it's helping out a lot. A lot of people have done it. I think we're around 500 to 600 now. Also, if anyone is interested in playing a free-to-play game with myself and a bunch of other people, a bunch of other fans of this channel, we just started a Star Wars The Old Republic guild with fans of the show. We have a special role on our Discord server for it, and we get together on Discord and play on stream. If you want to join in, you can download Star Wars The Old Republic. It's a free-to-play game. Get a hold of me somewhere when either you see me streaming or if you just see me running around in there. And we'll add you to the group. We can all play together. It's fun. It's a pretty easy game to play. It's not the best game, but it's free to play. It's interactive. We can all get together and play. It's fun. I'm so fucking tired of talking about Caiden Cowger. I think I'm I don't know. I don't know what to do next. But I really don't want to talk about him anymore. It's so fucking retarded. Ugh. You see what he does, right? Little to no evidence or research at all is required for him to make his claims. But then he denies anything else to that effect that doesn't support him. It's so ridiculous. Where's Billy? He's at his house. I don't know what he's doing. It's snowing a lot here in the area today, so I'm staying inside all day, hiding from the weather. Do I feel better now? Not really. I think I would feel better, and we would all feel better if we could just get Caiden on here. Let's get Caiden on here. I mean, he called me a soy boy, but he's afraid. He'll argue with me on Twitter for 2 hours, but he won't just come on for 10 minutes and talk to me. I'm a soy boy, though. We have a little boy podcast. Oh, my hangover? Yeah, I'm just hiding inside all day. I'm not going anywhere. The weather looks like shit. I'll probably play some Star Wars, so if any of you do want to play Star Wars, you know, you can jump into the Discord server and let me know. What's his Twitter? We will go spam him. Who are you talking about? Whose Twitter are you going to spam? Caiden Cowger's? It's at Caiden Cowger. I saw someone, this is hilarious, and if you guys find it, you could just, like, tweet it at him. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's, oh, it's under, if anyone wants to save this, Ben PC, Caiden Man bad, and then you see this down here? Damn, Caiden, good thing you deleted that tweet, man. That looks really bad on you. You know? I can't believe Caiden Cowger said this, guys. Caiden Cowger. The Caiden Cowger. World famous Caiden Cowger. What the hell is he talking about here? Someone needs to ask him about this. The people should be outraged. Why did you make this statement, Caiden Cowger? You know what? We need to spread this around as much as possible. We need to spread... This needs to be spread out as much as possible, guys. We need to get the word out that Caiden Cowger holds these views. So I'm going to post the link in the chat. So you guys, you know, you can either retweet it or you can download the picture and tweet it back at him. Or you could, you know, maybe you can dig up some other horrible shit Caiden Cowger has said. You know? You know, I think I might have a website where you can dig up shit that Caiden Cowger has said. Let's see. Let's see here. Where is it? I gotta find this. This is a secret place where you yourself, you can find all the disgusting, despicable shit. Here it is. It's an underground website. There it is, guys. I just posted it in the chat. I'll post it a few more times. Go there. Man, you guys, you can't even imagine the fucked up shit Caiden Cowger said on this website. It's fucking bad, man. I hope this doesn't get out too far. Like, all this horrible shit. I hope a bunch of people don't get a hold of it and make it public, because fuck, guys, I mean, people will find out what a sick fuck Caiden Cowger is. Where's Billy? He wasn't on last night either. Billy is never on The Altered Perspective. He's at home right now. We don't live together, so he's not here. Caiden Cowger blocked you on Twitter? Make another account, my dude. I heard Destiny using that a lot, so I started doing the my dude thing too. Billy does it too, but I think Destiny originated that. You can tell Billy that. Tell Billy that Destiny originated my dude. Website unusable with ad blocker? Yeah, just pause your ad blocker for 1 second. It doesn't fucking matter. There's like no ads on it. There's like a banner ad. You have to do that just to fucking... You have to do that just to see the fucking scandalous tweets. So yeah, yeah, that's Oh yeah, I see people concerned trolling in the chat. Oh, you're concerned. You know, all I'm saying is that people might find tweets at that URL that Caiden Cowger made, and they might want to share them if they find anything interesting. Caiden Cowger's a public figure on Twitter, and he shares his controversial opinions with people. So I don't think it's too far of a stretch for people to tweet at him and about him, seeing as how that's what he does, right? He's made controversial statements about, you know, all sorts of things. Is this stuff already out there? I'm almost afraid to look and see what's out there now. I'm almost afraid to even look at it. I'll look at it later when I'm not live. Oh, he just now tweeted? He just now tweeted. That's funny. Someone asked how certain, like, if I wanted to legalize drugs, all drugs, you said crocodile, heroin, cocaine could be sold like weed. I don't think, well, I mean, I don't know much about crocodile. Isn't that like a weird synthetic substance that's actually just toxic and not really a drug per se? I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but I've kind of heard it's I don't know much about that. Heroin and cocaine, yeah, I mean, it should be sold. I don't know what the age range on it should be, if you should make it higher than 21, not let people do these kind of really addictive drugs until they get older. I don't know. I mean, I want it legalized, but I want it regulated too. I don't just want it to be a free for all. Crocodile has gasoline in it. Okay, well, that doesn't seem like a real drug to me. That just seems like poisons that make you get high by virtue of being, like, incredibly poisoned. I don't know. I mean, I know heroin is ultimately bad for you and cocaine's ultimately bad for you, but I don't think its effects come from its toxicity, right? So I don't think drugs like that should be legal, like spice and that kind of shit. Because that shit's made in a lab, right? Or something. It's like a weird chemical that is all like, I don't know. You know, I'm not a pharmacist or anything, but I think it's pretty bad, like really bad for you. You'd say 21 is fine. I mean, it'd be hard to deal with a ton of 21-year-old heroin addicts. I don't know. Meth, heroin, and a few strong. Yeah, I kind of go. I take back the lab thing. I know a lot of drugs are made in labs. I just mean, like, isn't like spice, so they call it like synthetic weed, even though it's nothing like weed, and it's like just this weird shit that they make in China or something. I don't know. Someone said decriminalize everything, legalize case by case basis. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean there. Like, I don't think crocodile should be legal. I don't think that's even really, I don't know. That shit's fucked up. K2/spice is a synthetic cannabinoid. Well, the effects of it are nothing like cannabis, from what I understand. Oh my God. How long have I been doing this? I streamed for over 6 hours last night. That's 2.5 hours. Shit. Yeah, nobody do spice. That shit's terrible. Don't do it. Don't do crocodile either. It's terrible. Yeah, I do kind of side with the natural drug thing. Like legalizing them for sure. What side am I on Star Wars The Old Republic? I'm on the Sith side. I have a Sith I have a Sith Juggernaut. We have a Sith Marauder. We have an Inquisitor, Sorcerer. We have a Bounty Hunter, and I think we might have a Trooper, too. We've got a decent group of people together, and we're just looking to get bigger and build this Star Destroyer that we're going to have as like our headquarters and shit. So, I am going to end this stream now. Thanks to all of you for watching. Please download the Brave browser. Use it to watch our streams. And I don't know. I might stream again later tonight. You guys should all, who want to play Star Wars with us, you can, you know, meet up with everybody in the server. We'll figure something out where we can play soon. Later, guys.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.